last summer I came out with a video with my opinion on Keefe D saying that Diddy ordered the hit on Tupac. And at the time, this is last summer, this is pre Cassie lawsuit, and this is definitely pre the Cassie hotel tape, which we saw today. My whole opinion was, I don't think Diddy ordered the hit on Tupac because it wasn't smart business-wise. Like, as we know, beef is big business. Death Row versus Bad Boy was big business. Rockefeller versus Nas's crew, or the Queensbridge crew, or I believe Nas was at Columbia Records doing the beef. That was big business. So I was like, if I'm thinking Diddy, if Diddy is the mastermind, the financial mastermind that everybody says that he is, he wouldn't want his opponent in the biggest musical battle ever to die, because that means that influx, that high amount of money, that high amount of tension is over. It's done for. First of all, I didn't need to see the tape. Like, in that lawsuit, like when Cassie came out and said Diddy did what he did, and she put it in Times New Roman, and I read through some pieces of it, and I got the major keynotes, footnotes from some trusted sources. I was like, yeah, this is it. Diddy's done. This is it. But in seeing that tape today, that tape is diabolical. Like, yo, like, people were shocked when the Ray Rice tape came out, like we all were. But like, that tape is like the sincere definition of diabolical. There's no way people who were in Diddy's, you know, in Diddy's corner of the ring, if you will, and they didn't believe anybody, and Diddy's their idol, is no way. There's no way you can sit back and say, I don't think Diddy did anything anymore. At this point, you have the visual proof. And also, my final point is, there's alleged stories. I don't have any concrete stories, but I live in Baltimore. There's been stories circulating, allegedly, of how Diddy was maneuvering, acting when he was at Howard University. So again, from what my sources say, he left Howard, I think in 1990, either 1990 or 1991. You have to consider that if Diddy is acting like this in 2016, in the Google era, in the social media era, in the mass surveillance era, that, and you got to assume here, and this is alleged assuming, that Diddy was otherworldly in the 90s. Again, in the 90s, not everybody has a cell phone. Cell phones definitely don't have cameras. There is no internet for like half of the 90s, and the internet was nowhere near as powerful as it is now. So you got to consider, if Diddy is doing this in 2016, in the 90s, bruh, and in this tape, you can tell that he's walking around with impunity. He believes that his money, his power, his privilege makes him invulnerable. That's the way he was acting on that tape. All of it was written there in that visual. So you can imagine, again, like I said before, and I wouldn't be surprised if people from the 90s, if people from the late 80s or whatever, they come out and start to spill their guts about Diddy. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, again, the only thing that I know is in that lawsuit. The only thing that I know is on that tape. But that's enough to know Diddy is a monster.